What's going on, everybody? It's Achilles OBT coming at you with a brand new video, and in today's video we will be showcasing Nova, who I feel like is finally, I want to say, balanced exactly the way she should be after that last time that they patched her up. But before I get into that, I kind of want to mention why I haven't been so active on the channel as of late. It's been a combination of the fact that I have not really had the time to record, for one. Two, I have quite literally been sick for the past 3 weeks. I went 2 weeks basically without really having a voice. And third would be on the gaming front. The times that I have had to play, the games have not been going all that well. As soon as I try to record, something bad happens where it's just completely unusable. But we will try our best with this one. One thing I will point out with this build is that the idea behind it is for late game insta-killing, but in the early game, it's really not going to seem like it's something that's all that viable. But once you start hitting level 7 and everything beyond that, all of a sudden you kind of get the idea behind the build, and you see how Nova is finally at a point where she still gets the results that she's supposed to get, but without feeling overpowered. At least, again, in my opinion, she does not feel overpowered anymore. And it actually feels fair. Like, that's the best way that I could use the word. That's the best way I could explain it. Is saying fair. We actually have a good composition for this game, with myself as Nova, Rhaegar, Zagara, Vala, and a Johanna going against a Falstad, Malfurion, Arthas, Sonya, and a Lunara. The problem that I had with the game that I just tried to play and record, it was actually on this map as well, is that we had a double cloak composition, we had no tank, like there was just a lot of things that were wrong with that composition all around. The enemy team also had a very good Abathur that was kind of like countering everything that we were trying to do, so that was also a problem. But obviously none of those things are the case with this one, so I'm fully expecting to have the exact result that I'm looking for. One thing that I will point out is that even though this is going to be like an insta-kill type of build that you're going to be seeing showcased in this match, the reason why I say it's balanced now is that even though Nova still is at a point where she can get a lot of kills, it never ever translates over to hero damage. At least it shouldn't translate. Every time I've done this, my hero damage has not been anything crazy. It's just been my kill count that's been crazy, and that's exactly what I feel like they got it right. Like, they got it spot on. And the way I build Nova is not something that I've seen anybody like really fully commit to. I've seen them get close on it, but never fully commit. And it's just something that I wanted to share on the channel. Now, my level 1 talent is actually the same as my old level 13 talent, where I used to love to pick the speed boost whenever you're cloaked. The reason why I love that talent is because it helps you get in position without giving your position away. It's a way to always be ready. Like, you don't necessarily have to be on your mount to get into the right spots and then have to demount when you're ready to take the shot. Instead, you can do the entire process on foot, so it's no big deal. It makes everything a lot easier. And again, I absolutely loved it as a level 13 pick, and now they allow you to use it as a level 1, so it's like it was a no-brainer for me to actually go with it. I almost walked myself into a bad situation right there. Really would be nice if I would cloak up. Thank you. And the other thing I'll mention is that I go for the rapid projection at level 4, just so I have an ability that I can spam off a little bit more. Really nothing more. I don't get too much value out of my clones outside of the extra added effect that I get at level 7. That's really all I use it for. I don't really use it for much else, other than situations like that where I just kind of want to poke a little bit. The way I end up building Nova, it almost makes her feel a little Mage-like by the time she gets to level 16, where you're just going to be spamming off abilities over and over again. And finally, you see we're at level 7. This is kind of the big crucial talent pick right here. Going for one in the chamber. It's basically Nova's souped up version of follow through. I say souped up because it's not 60%, it's actually 80%, so it's a lot stronger. And everything that we tack on past this point is just going to make that talent seem that much more powerful. And again, it's not something that I've seen people like completely committing to. You see, every time we use any kind of ability, we get that critical hit off the auto attack. So it's something that really scales well in the late game. And again, it's something that I don't see other people really going for all that much just yet. but I've used it time and time again. I feel like it is absolutely essential to the build. You see, every single time, and now we're going to use that ability. Look at that. That's literally all I use my clones for, is to just get another one in the chamber on deck, and that's it. And that's another reason I'd go for the rapid projection. Rapid projection lets me like actually use it a little bit more. It lets me spam it off a bit more. Again, this build almost makes Nova a little mage-like, where she's not so much like waiting in the bushes anymore. Like, she could actually be active in the fight so long as her positioning is not poor. You do take out that Arthas. We almost took out Sonya too as a result. I am actually going to move in on this Lunara. I don't think we should chase that anymore. I was expecting Lunara to turn and try to go one-on-one right there. That was the reason why I was kind of pursuing that. Damn, that was a mistake. Sonya is crazy overextended right now. I was kind of late to notice that. We are 2 levels ahead right now, which is very, very good. Again, I'm not surprised that the team is having the success that it is, because we have a very, very good composition. I did miss my snipe. But you see, we just tacked on 2 more one in the chambers on Sonya that really, really bursted her down well, especially with the help from the teammates that we had on deck. I still like to go for triple tap these days. I am looking to... I don't think we should go for Lunara. I think we should go top lane, but there's a big team fight brewing here, so I think I'm just going to hang out. I wish somebody would take down that wall for me. That's what I'll... Actually, I'll do it myself. Something you want to be mindful of, if you have a cloaked hero on your team, you definitely want to knock down as many walls as you can, because that just gives them so many more options to get in and out of spots where they're not supposed to be. I'm actually going to do the same thing here. No reason why I can't help my own cause, really. Updating the stat count right now. We're 3,000 damage behind on the top hero damage right now. I expected it to be a lot lower than that, but it's not something I'm complaining about. Really what we want to focus on is finishing kills more than anything. And I did miss my snipe again. We are going to use rapid projection. I am going to use my triple tap to finish that. There we go. And look at that. Because I shot down the wall earlier, Malfurion had no way to get away from that last shot. That is actually a funny inconvenience. Arthas is actually really, really overextended right now. I fully expect us to pick that up. There's an enemy picking up a camp over there too. We're actually not really like securing that many kills. We're actually just getting a lot of assists, but that's still fine. As long as we're involved, then I'm happy with that. I am going to try and get behind this Lunara. I don't think I can kill her, though. But I did hurt her pretty much. Rhaegar is actually by himself in the top shrine. I'm not sure why he went there. Thankfully, he was able to get away. I do want to get some vision here before I do it to help him. Sonya's going to keep pressing her luck there. I have to be careful because her teammates could just swoop in at any point. I don't actually currently have a heroic on deck, but it didn't matter because we had Rhaegar there to help us. There goes Arthas. If he uses his slow, I'm screwed. Rhaegar is now in a very, very bad spot, but she does get a good maul. Alright, if we're going to commit on that. We will take out Lunara as well. And now here we go. Now we have double tap at level 13. This is exactly what makes Nova feel like a mage, because essentially I'm just going to be spamming off abilities over and over and over again just to get my one in the chamber going. I am going to snipe this. Let's see how we're doing. All right, now we're starting to pick up some kills. This is really what I feel like I should be out here doing as a cloaked hero. Hero damage is really, really just a bonus. Like, if it happens, it happens. I'm really, really out there just to secure kills. Again, you see how many times we get that critical hit. I basically, if I have full abilities on me, this is the idea behind the build. If I have full abilities on me, I have 4 enhanced shots. Now at level 16, I'm going to go for the added vulnerable on my W, and that just makes everything that much stronger. And there's nothing Sonya can do here. She just has to take that. And the fact that we initiate with that W makes it that much easier to land snipe shots. So that's an added bonus. I am going to ping danger there. That's a duo that I do not want to go at alone, and thankfully I no longer have to. You see, we are going to put that damage on Arthas. We do still manage to take him out. Going to take down that wall. If I could cloak up, yep, now here we go. Look at that. That's the idea. I do agree with this call big time. I can actually help. You just look at how many times that critical hit is popping up. It almost feels like every time I take a shot, the critical hit is popping up right afterwards. Not gonna lie, it does put Nova in a position where her mana becomes an issue, but it's very, very much worth it. See, we're still 3K behind, but now we're actually starting to pick up our kill count, which is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Now I'm gonna add the crippling shot. I'm actually lucky that I didn't engage there. Oh, that was a good job by Falstad. He really has that on deck. I need to get out of here. Alright, as soon as I cloak up, I'll be alright. That could have went really, really bad for me if I was any closer. See, the enemy team is preoccupied with defending the boss as well. We have a really, really good push going right now. If you see me roaming right now, it's because I'm actually looking for a healing fountain. But we don't appear to have it. There we go. We have one down here. Alright. Arthas appears to be the one by himself right now that's isolated. Fully expect his teammates to swoop down from the top lane and come help him. But it's not something that we're really worried about because now I have every single ability on deck. So whoever I choose to focus, I can take down immediately. Not sure about that that heroic right there. That was just Johanna and nobody else. Do think the teammates should be going after that turret. I do not want to commit just yet. I am going to take down this wall. Alright. See where this goes. Vala's not going to die. I am going to put some damage on Furion. I don't want to fully commit. That was a good gust right there. That was a very good gust. Again, I'm not the slightest bit concerned just yet because I'm very, very close to my teammates, so I'm not really all that worried. Alright, let's see what we get into here. Teammates were able to take out Falstad. I will act as a vision ward here. We will easily take out Arthas. That was simple. We're going to take out Malfurion as well. Again, the burst is just too much. Like everybody's together, everybody's working together. I have so many one in the chambers on deck. There's just really nothing they can do with it. See the kill count right now, 22-3. This is what I was hoping for when I saw these the friendly composition going against the enemy composition. This is exactly the kind of result I was hoping for, and I'm glad it's actually like played out that way. No need for me to go down there. They have it locked up there. I'm just gonna kind of wait. If they try to show up on Johanna, I'll be able to help her out, which I'm kind of expecting. Hasn't happened yet. Okay, they're going mid. Not exactly sure why I was decloaked right there. I didn't see what happened. We will be able to take out Falstad, no problem. Like I said, insta-kill. That's another one. Oh, God. Not sure if I was able to sneak that snipe shot in between those. What? Sonya's gonna die. Just look at the burst. Arthas is gonna die. Well, not yet. Maybe not. I didn't know he had Malfurion with him. We could back that. Actually, no. We could press. We could press. That's my fault. That's my fault. That was a bad call on my part. I do really want to try and go after Malfurion, but I don't have an opening at the moment. But we are going to win the game, though. That's a good thing. I could take out Falstad just for shits and gigs. There we go. GG. Hopefully you enjoyed that gameplay and you got the general idea behind it. I didn't necessarily get everything off that I wanted to get, but I feel like the general idea was noticeable. Again, I do feel like Nova is finally at a place where she makes sense. Like, she fits. I don't know exactly how viable it is because you still have to know what you're doing with her. That's kind of the big thing. Another big reason why I feel like she's fair. You see, we were able to mass up 9 kills with 17 assists. We had a very good Vol on the team, very aggressive Vol on the team who was able to get more kills than me. Probably a reason why my kill count was so low is because Vala was playing so well. But, again, we were able to mass up a lot of takedowns together, but not a lot of hero damage. And that's exactly why this is fair. That's exactly why it works. Again, looking at the build, I personally love going for the increased movement speed whenever I'm cloaked because it helps me get into position. At level 4, this is really just a pick that synergizes with level 7. Every single pick I make is just to synergize with level 7. At level 7 is 1 in the chamber. After using an ability, your next basic attack deals 80% additional damage. This is absolutely a solid plan B for any player who does not want to go through the ordeal of trying to stack snipes. Excuse me, I'm still not like fully back to normal, but I feel like this is such a big ability because, again, it's a buffed up version of follow through. It's not the 40% or 60% increase. It's a full-blown 80, and it synergizes extremely well with the double tap. You have 2 more abilities. At this point, by the time you get to 13, you have two of your Ws, you have 1 of your snipes, and you have the rapid projection on deck. So you have a lot of buffed up auto attack shots on deck. And even more so when you tack on Crippling Shot that adds the vulnerable every single time you land that shot. Every single time you land that W, 25% more increased on top of the 80% from your auto attack. It just amasses to a lot of burst damage. And again, your hero damage should not be that high, so it's not something the enemy team, if they're stat whores, it's not something that they're going to be privy to. They're not going to really notice it all that much. So long as your positioning is on point and you're spamming these abilities, like I said, it almost makes Nova feel a little Mage-like, but it gets the job done. You can practically insta-kill anything you want. Again, in the late game, it was only a 15-minute match, but in the late game, you saw that we were actually able to burst down anybody we felt like bursting down. It was just really that easy. It was because of the build, and it's something that I just wanted to showcase. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try my best to be a little more active. Again, I had 2 straight weeks where I did not have a voice, combined with the fact that I've been busy working. So it's something that I apologize for now. Hopefully I'll be on point with that. I'm going to try my best to be on point with that because my schedule over the summer is actually going to allow for me to have more time to play. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. But keep your eyes open for more content. I'm going to try my best to record as many videos as I can today just to kind of have a lot of things to look for in the week. As always, I appreciate the support. This is Achilles LBT. As always, that's Achilles with a Z. Remember it.